Last night I was finally able to check out Robert Eggers' new film Nosferatu, so here are my quick thoughts on it. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jesse. Nosferatu was one of my most anticipated movies of 2024. I love Robert Eggers. He's become one of my favorite directors over the last few years. I've loved everything that he's done up to this point, and his newest movie, Nosferatu, was one of my most anticipated films of this entire year, and it absolutely lived up to my expectations. I loved this movie, so right now I'm just going to give you all my thoughts on this. The first thing that I have to mention about this movie is Robert Eggers' direction throughout the entire thing is absolutely incredible. Every single aspect of this film has so much attention to detail put into it. The entire movie is so well made, well crafted, just every aspect of this film hit, and I think it's possibly his best made film, even if it's not quite my favorite of his. I think probably my favorite part of this movie was the cinematography and the lighting. They played around a lot with shadows and how they showed the creature through them, and everything they did with that was awesome and great to look at, especially on a big movie theater screen. I thought everything with that was great, and the cinematography, just with it being kind of in a winter setting, everything they did with like the snow and just with it being a darker atmosphere for most of the movie, everything they did with it was awesome. There were several different shots that had my jaw drop. I loved just every individual frame and shot that they got in this movie. Looked amazing, and it was just visually great to watch. All of the performances were great. I thought Nicholas Hoult was a good lead. Lily Rose Depp especially was fantastic as the female lead and really pretty much the main character of the movie. And Willem Dafoe I also absolutely loved. I think he did an incredible job, and he was one of the parts I was most excited to see in this movie. I love Willem Dafoe. He's one of my favorite actors, and you can tell he had so much fun with this role. All of his line delivery is fantastic. Of course, I have to talk about Bill Skarsgård as the Nosferatu himself, and he does a fantastic job. All of his mannerisms, his line delivery, and just his overall presence in this movie was fantastic and just very, very creepy to see him in this role. We've seen him as a villain many times before, and so I was very excited to see him in this movie, and he did a fantastic job. He really lived up to my expectations, playing a very creepy character and just playing this villain so well. The makeup and prosthetics specifically on Nosferatu were great to look at, and just absolutely, like I said at the beginning, so much attention to detail put into it. It all looked great. Same thing with the costumes. I mean, his costume specifically was fantastic. I loved it, but every person's costumes and clothes in this movie were great. The costume design was on point and fantastic. I thought the music, the score was also great. It wasn't necessarily like one of my standout favorite parts of this movie, but it did add to the eerie setting of this film, and it did definitely immerse you more into that. So all in all, I was absolutely enthralled in this story. I was hooked to the screen from beginning to end. I absolutely loved Nosferatu. It's now one of my favorite movies of the year, and if you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend it. If you have seen it, what did you think of it? Let me know down in the comments below. I'll have a top 10 movies of 2024 coming out hopefully tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. And until then, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and keep watching movies.